Dear Lord, please block anybody trying to interfere with this reading. Do step in and deliver your messages to we, your children. So, this is a collective message. Okay, I've been guided to do a collective message for this channel. You can join us on our other channel as well, Ask God Here, Oracle and Tarot readings. Okay, at Chanel the Messenger. That's my handle over there. Over here, it's at Chanel the Blessing. So, let's see what the message is for the collective at this time. You get to see me shuffle today and see the long process of how I deal. That's why I made a shorts only channel. But at least for this one time, I'm going to give you the full experience. If this is the only channel you've seen me on, if you're uh if you are aware of my other channel and you've watched any of my readings, you'll know that this is how they get it over there. It takes a long time. I was gonna shuffle off screen and then simply deal the cards when I come on, but I'm here now, and I guess this is how the divine wanted me to do it. So today you get the full experience of the long process that I go through most of the time to bring you guys, or bring us, these divine messages. Finally, 8 minutes. I work hard for these messages. Okay, so the subject matter we have is clinic. Clinic. So clinic is a place that you go for healing. It's not quite like a hospital. It's a place for like minor rehabilitation, minor treatment. Okay. It's like it's not that serious, but if left unchecked, whatever this is could be a problem. So let's see. For me, if it doesn't flip all the way over or if it doesn't actually come out the deck, I don't pay attention to it unless there's a certain energy in it that begs for my attention. Okay. I don't pay attention to every card that flips. You have to have a connection, you know. Okay. So let's see. So clinic is the subject matter, healing. So we got social media, governor, just because. Ooh, it's management. And we got pastor. So pastor is somebody who does things right. Okay, like pastor, imam, rabbi, you know, people who are supposed to do right according to spirituality, according to godliness. Okay, high moral standards. So that's the message. Social media, governor, just because. Let's read the underlying issue. Okay. So the underlying issue, let me move these up to create some more space. We got human resources, environment, musician female, feminine energy is the receptive energy. Okay, so harmony when it comes to receiving. We got children, politics, influencing corruption. So what I'm getting so far is basically beware. We got social media, governor. Okay, so somebody who is in charge of like social media sites. So these would be our influencers and those who are fueling or telling our influencers what to say, what information to put out there. And we got just because they have an agenda. Okay, their agenda is to influence corruption, and they're targeting children, younger people, or people of young minds, impressionable people. Okay, into belief systems and practices that influence corruption. Let's read on. So we got School of Life, Nature's Lessons. So those who are involved are about to learn some lessons. We got the Oracle. So that will be people like me who come on here and speak the truth. Anybody who has a social media platform that speak the truth. Let's go. Yeah, prophet or prophetess. Ministry of Finance. Some kind of agenda. Prayer. So our agenda is to give the people their wealth. So that would be actual money. That could be their spiritual wealth, because you know your knowledge is your wealth. Your wealth is your health. You know, so basically putting people on the right track. We got prayer, We got just a diversion, looking for new recruits, news media, and then we got hotel, seaport, gang, fear. We're gonna bring out all the cards, then I'll translate. Lawyer, college, high school, psychological manipulation, mosque, delivery, president or prime minister, advocate of evil, and Ministry of Education. So it's all about the information that we receive. We're gonna stop right there for now while we translate this message. So the underlying issue, basically the reason for all this, or what's happening to bring about this clinic energy, a need for healing. Basically, what I'm getting is there are people on social media that you need to be careful of when it comes to the information that they're giving you. Okay, so these would be your influencers, your top influencers, or whoever you connect to on the media. Make sure that you verify the information that we are giving you. Okay, make sure it's the right thing. Pastor energy, imam energy. Just because the pastor card come out, it doesn't mean that it's talking about Christianity. It's just talking about being of the right mindset. Make sure that you're being taught the right things. Okay, so the underlying issue, we got human resources, environment, and we got receiving feminine energy, receiving children, and we got politics to influence corruption. Okay, so they're using human resources, the governor, so whoever is in charge of the social media, they're using human resources in our environment to receive children into politics. So this could be any kind of separation, any type of politics. So this could actually have something to do with the government. It could actually be like, you know, the talking points where they put in women against men, or whites against blacks, or blacks against whites, or men against women, or children versus adults, or street uh, street gang members against people who think they're better than them, or anything that causes division or causes us to look at a certain group of people in an unfair light. Okay, to put division between we the people. Okay, so we got the School of Life Nature's Lessons is coming in. We got the oracle or prophet, prophetess. So these would be like the pastor type people, people like myself. And like I said, scrutinize what I say too. But for me, I'm a positive person. I bring about positivity on the social media whenever I come on. But these people of positivity, we got Ministry of Finance. We're basically giving you the wealth that you need, and the agenda is to kind of encourage you to pray. Okay, so prayer don't always mean saying a prayer like that. Prayer simply mean every word that come out your mouth, every thought that you give energy to, that's a prayer. Every thought that you manifest in real life or even think on for too long, it's a prayer. It's a spell. Okay, so we got just a diversion, looking for new recruits for the news media. So they're diverting us from. So while we're here trying to put you on the right track, we got these governors or bigger social media influencers than us looking for new recruits to divert you from the good information that is actually on social media. So they do that through different means. Like sometimes you might look at a post or something and it has very little views or very little likes or something, and you right away assume that it must be rubbish. Okay, so that's one way of leading people away from information, whether it's movies, music, uh, oracle readings, tarot readings, uh, just anything on any subject. Okay, they will, you see like the views are down lower. It's not necessarily because the views are down lower, but those in charge of the social media, that's one way that they divert people away from even spending their time checking out certain videos or certain posts and stuff like that. Okay, so follow your intuition in this case. Don't just look at the picture or look at the amount of views and assume that it's good or that it's bad. If you feel called to it, press play or take a moment to read. Okay, use your intuition. That's prayer as well. Okay, so yeah, they're looking for new recruits for the news media to spread more news. But we got hotel. So hotel energy is a short term energy. Then we got seaport. Okay, so seaport is like, it's actual seaport, but in this case, it's a psychological reading talking about social media and stuff like that. So it can't be that kind of seaport. It's actually crying. Okay, things that make you sad. Okay, so what they're doing, it's gonna work short term. So hotel and seaport, so they're gonna grab a hold of certain people's minds and alter their beliefs, turn their beliefs into a negative one, and it's gonna bring some bad energy for a while, but it's only short because they got hotel. Okay, it's only gonna be for a short while. So whatever spell they cast on you, whatever lies they get you to believe, is only gonna last a short while, because once you're paying attention to life, you'll be able to assess the situation and the information yourself and find the truth of the matter. Okay, so basically, this is a message telling you to scan through social media posts with discernment. Don't just swallow the information that you're getting and apply it to your life as if it's true. Okay, do your due diligence, research, take some time and think about it, put it into practice, but make sure when you put it into practice, you're paying attention to the effect. Okay, so you'll know never to do that again, or if it's actually good teachings that you got from whatever social media site you frequent or you choose to pop up on to watch. Okay, so we got gang and fear. Then we got lawyer. So they are fearful of the lawyer energies coming out as people like myself who can explain ourselves, the information givers who speak the truth or who impart wisdom. Okay, not just people, because we know that lawyers, the way that they use the term lawyer, in reality, these people, they tell lies for a living. But really and truly, a lawyer is someone who's supposed to use law to uphold law. So let's not get it twisted. Okay, it's just like corrupt police. So what we see prevalent in our society is corrupt lawyers, but that's not what being a lawyer was originally about. It's about defending innocent people or getting a respectable sentence for your guilty client. Okay, it's about justice. That's what it's supposed to be about, but that's not how they use it. However, in this case, it's talking about us. So this gang, this social media gang, the governor and their gang, they fear us who speak the truth. Then we got college, and then that goes to high school. So that's a step down. When you go to college, college is a higher learning facility than high school. So we who speak the truth, we give you guys good information, and then they want to basically bring it down a level. Psychological manipulation, right? Then we got the mosque energy. So the mosque is basically like the pastor energy. Okay, so that's paying attention to morality, deciphering truth from lie, stuff like that. Okay, so we got mosque delivery to the president or prime minister, who is the advocate of evil. So it's like the information is getting back to the person in charge, and they're an advocate of evil when it comes to education, the information, because we're in an information age. Information is very powerful in this time. Knowledge has always been power, but they like to talk about this is the age of Aquarius, age of information. Is the value of information has gone up significantly in these times, because what you know could either make you or break you. It could either make you better or it can bring you down from your high place. So you have to be careful the information that you choose to hold as true, and the information that you choose to apply to your life, to your business, to your romantic relationship, to your relationship with your children, your relationship with your money, in every aspect of life. What we know and what we apply, it makes the world of difference. Okay? So let's dig a little bit more. So we got Ministry of Agriculture. So that's cultivation. Orphanage. An orphan or an orphanage is a place where abandoned children. So that's the division. So that's what they're trying to cultivate. They want to use information to cultivate division, separate you from your elders, separate you from those who bring you valid information. Okay, we got jail. Okay, mind, mental slavery, mental captivity. Okay, because when you're by yourself, nobody can thrive by themselves. We all need somebody sometime. And we are more powerful together than we are apart, because when you're apart and you have to learn something, you go much slower. But if you know somebody who's had that walk before you, their knowledge, their experience, when it's imparted to you, it pushes you forward so much faster. Okay, that's why we have schools, right? So jail, we got Converse, Ministry of Entertainment, adult. We got bullying, advocate of good. You see? So they bully people like us by messing with our videos and stuff like that. So sometimes they'll cut out the audio so you can't hear it good, or they'll alter the visual so you can't really see it good, or they flip your camera around so every word that you put up when I do things like this is read backwards, like on my other channel. That's what they've done. I have nothing to do with that. Okay, when I bought the phone and I did the first couple of videos with the phone, it was fine, and then all of a sudden everything just went flipped around again. They're doing that, the people who govern social media. Okay, so they try to irritate the public as much as possible with our productions because they know that they are valuable. Okay, so don't be so quick to dismiss a post that has very few views on it. It's because they control the numbers. It takes a push of a few buttons. And when it comes to you, if you go on the internet and you are here to promote positivity, just know that they're gonna do it to you too. So when you go on, if you see that your views aren't really high, you're not getting the kind of attention, or it appears as though you're not getting the kind of attention that you know the material that you're producing should receive, it's not because they're not seeing it. It's because the governors of social media, they want you to believe that what you're putting out there is not what the people want. It's a trick. So even if it says 0 people there, still put out your best work. Okay? Do it anyway. There are people seeing it, you're just not seeing them. Okay? So once you know that the productions that you're putting out are good, do your thing. Don't let the numbers fool you. God is gonna make who need to see it, and then some. Okay? People like me, they don't pay me for my posts. They don't even allow my numbers to reflect truthfully for me to even apply for YouTube earnings. So I don't get money for any of my videos, not from YouTube or any other source except God. Okay? So don't expect to be given the opportunity that the stupid influencers, the waste timers, or the time waster influencers, or the propaganda spreading influencers get. Those are the ones that are favored by the governors of the social media because they are spreading nonsense. Okay, that's the reason why you see social media looking like how it's looking when it comes to people who spread positivity and people who spread nonsense. Okay, it's a trick, but don't be allowed, don't allow yourself to be fooled. So when we converse, our entertainment, it brings adults out of people. Okay, and then that's why they want to bully the advocates of good, because we're making people into responsible human beings, intelligent human beings. We're making people's lives better with the information that we bring to them about our own experiences or our own wisdoms that we've learned through life. You know what I'm saying? They don't like that. They want to, the people who govern society and the social media, they want to create a world where um they want to create a world where people are doing stupid things to need psychotherapy or to go to jail. They want to see people sick so that they could come spend money on medicine or spend money getting hospital treatments. They want people to have bad relationships with their families and their friends and their romantic partners, because if they keep us divided, they win. Because as you can see, all the evil people of the world, they don't move through earth divided. They're very unified, even if they don't like each other, because they know unity is strength. They and the minions, okay, they're very unified. They have meetings, regular meetings. They got their social media apps that they link up on, big groups and stuff like that. That's how they've been able to win against the regular people. We are what's the word, when your attention is pulled away, distracted. We are being distracted from unity by allowing our differences to be amplified, thereby creating a sense of hatred or jealousy or resentment with the people that are supposed to be our support group. That behavior keeps us down. Even at the United Nations, all these world governments, they come together at the United Nations to talk to each other. Only God knows what they do after that. They probably all go and party. You got one country and another country fighting, but their leaders they associate with each other at the United Nations. And then when they finish there, they go to parties. We only see a little bit of the United Nations meetings, but what do they do in the rest of the time that they're in whatever country? When they're having the United Nations meetings, they're partying and having fun together while their people are killing their people. But they unify. They're friends. But they send everybody else's children, like our children, out to fight each other. That's the kind of world that we live in. So I'm saying all that to say what God want to tell us at this time is we need to be careful of the information that we're consuming, and we need to be careful of how we're perceiving our own channels if we know that we produce positive information, positive videos or movies or whatever. Don't watch the numbers, don't let them fool you. Keep doing your thing. You're gonna get your time. God will pay you in its own way. You don't have to get paid from YouTube. Forget YouTube. YouTube don't like us. But they allow us on because we still bring in numbers. We get more views than the silliness that's out there. But they don't want us to know that because they don't want to boost our confidence. They want us to feel like what we have is worthless. It's a trick. Okay? So don't consume anybody's information that's going to lead you astray. And don't be led astray by the false number analysis or analytics that they show you, telling you you got this many likes and you got this many views. It's all lies. Once your information that you put out there is positive, it's gonna be all lies. Because they hope to get rid of us or keep us on there so that they can then extract that information and put it into their AI, add it to their AI programming. Because that's what they've done with social media so far, you know. That's why now they're giving you so much problems. They don't want to pay people like they used to for TikToks and things like that. Because they feel like they've extracted enough information from we the people, putting all of our creative ideas out there. All they're going to do is put those into the AI programming and regurgitate it to us when we consult Chat GPT or whatever the other AI apps are. It's the information that people, regular people like us who have our own social media platform, have put out there. They use all of our editing skills. They use all of our intelligence. They use all of our concepts, our ideas, and they program that into Chat GPT and those other AI sources and regurgitate it back to the public. We built Chat GPT with our collective knowledge. And then they get computer programmers to program it into the AI information generator. And then give it back to us. So the more we put out on the social media is the more information and intelligence and research and whatnot that the governors get that they didn't have to do. That's why these platforms are free. They give it to us for free. And then when they think they've had enough, then they're going to start charging us for them. Or start creating some kind of problems because they feel like they've drained us of all of our intelligence. It's deep, okay? And this video is 35 minutes long. So yeah, so much for short readings, but I had to say all that I had to say to give you as much information as you needed to get so you can get a better view of what's actually taking place. So I hope that you found this video helpful. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time. Bye bye.